there is a difference between tragedy and misery. Tragedy is when something external happens that hinders or undermines your quality of life. For example, an accident, or someone betraying you, or the passing of a loved one. So that's a tragedy. A tragedy may trigger feelings of sadness, or it may trigger someone to feel down for a while. Misery is something completely different. Misery is when someone has an emotional or mental investment in something that won't work out well for them. But the issue with misery is that the individual does not want to see that their investment is self-destructive. Now, many people have mental and emotional investments that will not work out well for them. They may be in denial, or when the facts come and the pain is there, eventually they will realize, okay, enough is enough. I need to let this go, or I need to find better. Someone that's miserable is someone that has negative investments, that means investments in relationships and expectations that won't work out well for them, but they refuse to see it. They have this proud attitude that they've made up their minds that they go about something, and for some reason it has to stand, even if it goes against reality. But here's the thing, reality will always show them that their investments don't add up. So this brings tension, and this tension turns into depression. So it's something that's caused internally, not externally. So this is the difference. A victim, someone that was the target of tragedy, wants a solution. Victims want solutions. Miserable people want the right to victimize. Let me repeat that. Victims, I'm not about real victims, people that have been victimized. They want solutions. Miserable people are people that want the right to victimize. Why? Because someone that's a victim doesn't want to remain a victim. They want to overcome. They want to be better. But someone that's miserable, they are the cause of their own depression. They are the cause of the destruction around them. But they don't want to see it. So the only option for them left is to blame something or someone external. And when they find someone or something to blame, now they feel justified in attacking that thing or that individual or that group so that they can unload the tension that's coming from that negative investment. So a miserable individual is a violent individual. They want a target to unload their violence upon. So a miserable individual is someone that's delusional. For example, you have two women. One is called Laura, the other is called Sophie. Sophie was dumped by her boyfriend. He dumped her for someone else that he moved in with and even got engaged with very quickly. Sophie was heartbroken, she was upset, she wanted revenge, she was very emotional. However, after 2 or 3 months, she realized that she couldn't continue like this, and she went into therapy, and she realized, okay, I need to move on. There are more guys around. She did not agree with what the boyfriend did, but she realized that she had to deal with it properly. Now, let's go to that other woman. That other woman was married, but she accused her husband of not being there enough for her, and she even accused her husband of having an affair. But here's the thing, she was the one having an affair, multiple times. And she always had a reason why she had an affair. And she always expected her husband to be loyal while she was out there sleeping here and there while being married. So when the husband one day confronted her and told her that he wanted a divorce, she felt victimized. She was thinking, how can you do this to me? Now I'm going to become a divorced woman, I may become a single mom, and this and that. It was all about her. She never even considered the feelings of her husband, whom she betrayed by sleeping around like that. She never even considered his honor nor his reputation, nor how it would affect her children, nor her family, nor family-in-law. She had this toxic, self-obsessed way of thinking that caused her to feel down. So it was not the fault of her husband she was feeling that way, it was her. She had expectations and the focus it wasn't right. But what happens? She now began to play the victim and she began to attack people just to feel relieved. That's the difference between a victim and someone that's miserable. Now, all human beings have been victimized, one way or the other. That comes with growing up in this world. The difference between a common victim and a miserable individual is that a common victim will face what happened, often later, but they will face it and they'll process it. The miserable individual never wants to process anything. In their thinking, they think like this: why would I process things which is quite painful, which feels quite humiliating, if I can just find someone to dump it upon and to attack? Just find someone that you can accuse of something bad, and now you can use that bad thing of their past against them as an excuse to attack them. That's what their thinking is. So understand the following: miserable people will never take responsibility, ever. They won't. And here comes this thing about society. Miserable people love this thing called society. You know why? Because society is a fear construct. And society as a construct is a malignant narcissist, just like they are. If you don't give in to the demands of society, society will victimize you. That is similar to how miserable people are. The miserable individual wants you to become nothing so they can feel like something. Society wants you to be nothing so that society can become everything. You see the similarities over here? So, when you're dealing with people in daily life, realize everyone has been victimized one way or the other. Nobody escapes from it. Some people also victimize others, often unaware they've done so. That comes with the fallen state of mankind. But eventually, there are only two ways things can go for an individual. Either they want solutions or they want victims. Someone that wants solutions is someone you can deal with. Someone who wants victims is someone you should avoid. So, keep your eyes open and realize that society wants victims. Society wants victims that don't complain so that the group can get away with dumping their trash. So, do you follow Christ or do you worship society? Be at peace.